conversation. So I called the brother last minute. I called Blue. I called both of them last minute. I'm like, yo, we got to do something. Me and Blue is interesting. And just to start the show out, me and Blue was talking about the Northern Lights last year. I think it was December or November something.
Right.
And I was telling the Blue how that's one of the things I want to do. I might want to, if I pass away, I told him I might want to have my ashes thrown in that motherfucker out there, wherever the Northern Lights is. But we was talking about making a trip out there. I looked a little bit, but I just didn't think I was ready to make that commitment to go to Iceland or Norway where they be at. But it's here now in our backyard. We didn't have to go to Iceland, Norway. It's in our backyard. It's some powerful shit going on in the cosmos, and I had to get these two brothers to let us know what's going on. The whole world is talking about the light. The sky is purple and green, all types of colors and shit, man. Let's talk about these northern lights in the U.S., the solar maximum, geomagnetic storms. What is really going on? I gotta hear from y'all two brothers. I guess we can start out with whoever wants to start. But yeah, what is really going on, y'all?
Right. We are in the throes of what they are calling a geomagnetic storm, a G5 geomagnetic storm. This is the highest of them. So just to give some insight, the sun, right, has eruptions of quote unquote solar flare. Plasma comes off of the sun and it emanates, where it is now creating a fluctuation or oscillation, because when this fluctuation, let's say the universe exists in a water bowl or in a fish bowl, right? Because it's all within a outer plasmic pocket of what we can consider to be invisible waves. So when that eruption happens, that fluctuation, there's a magnetic, if you will, like burst is headed towards this quote unquote plane of existence. Now, the way the science explains it, according to the model that science explains, and this is why we need a brother like Rod Hayes on the program, where, you know, if an alternative explanation is needed, hopefully the brother can provide it. But they say that the core of the planet has magnetism that comes from an iron core that's surrounded by plasma, and the fluctuation of both of those creates, once again, magnetism. So the magnetism from this planet matches or meets, connects, and collides with the quote unquote solar magnetism that's coming from the sun, and that is creating what's considered to be the aurora borealis, right?
Right.
We are quote unquote within the throes of that. If we understand it, it's an interaction or interplay between two planetary bodies. And if you are in the middle, or if you are in the flux of it, if you're the fulcrum of it, why is nobody speaking about what are the direct effects on our technology, our physical body, our physiology? Don't tell me it's going to shut down the power grid. Don't tell me it's going to shut down the internet. You're telling me that it has visible, tangible effects on systems and things. So when are we going to discuss what are the effects on us?
Got you, right?
So let's back up the car a little bit. Remember when you had me on here to talk about the Maherta?
Yes. January
this
year. Yeah.
Yeah. So remember I told you, because of the alignment, now we have an unrestricted path from the center of creation, or the solar system, or the universe, or however you want to call it. But it's a direct open link. So during that time, it's only a short period of time, but we get what's called source codes in the DNA that comes in by way of mitochondria through the matrix in the mitochondria. Okay, so once this frequency hit, it passes through the physical bodies of the humans on the way to the core of the earth. It strikes the core of the earth, which they say is an iron core. but that's the central sun, and it's not a solidified body. It's more plasmic in nature. Right. They call it the black sun in the Masonic lodges. Okay. So once those source codes went through the mitochondrial and went through the earth, has a mitochondrial counterpart in the soil. And all of these is accumulating information as those source codes reach the core. Now, the data is being transferred through Schumann resonance, right? Which sends a frequency wave out from the earth. These frequency waves, the closest planetary bodies with massive responses is the lunar orb and the solar orb. When the codes from the source after it's been through the earth go to the sun, the solar rays begin to program what we call ultraviolet radiation. Right? So when you see it's calculating the math on what needs to be done to alter the genetic code of the existing species, and what's the upgrades to come based on the accumulated data that's accumulated DNA fed it. So the sun sends out the solar rays and ultraviolet radiation. Now, there's only two things known to alter DNA that naturally. One is the UV rays of the sun. The other one is gradual change through the upgrade of the program by the experience of the people who's trading DNA. Right? They call that evolution. Right? But all it is scientifically, it's more of upgrades than evolution. Okay, so the Earth responding by sending back massive energy spikes on the Schumann resonance field. And then the sun is responding back to the earth by showering the earth with these magnetic storms, geomagnetic storms, right? And these storms is bringing in the information to correct the errors in the DNA on the orders of the source code. Right. So now the UV rays is aligning the DNA for what we call in the spirit community, they call it the Great Awakening. Right? Where the veil of ignorance, the slumber of sleep being lifted off the psyche of the people, they begin to go back to operating from a higher intellectual capacity than before. Right. So this is the result when look at the atmosphere. The atmosphere is in layers. And the penetration of each layer from the solar rays puts off a different luminescence.
Different color.
Right. And when it get to the ozone layer, this is the double oxygen blue molecule, right? The 44 blue, by the way, blue pill.
Yes, sir.
Crooked Man walking Angel Bay, which mean that these not only are these lighting up the atmospheric layers, it also has the propensity for massive, what we call lightning storms.
Yeah. That's taking place in Ohio right now.
That's what we call Crooked Man walking across the land.
Yes.
The shocker.
Yes.
Walking lightning.
Hold on. Why you? Because I had something on. Why did you say Crooked Man walking across the land? Right. Because I want to ask you something real quick, and I'm curious to know why you said
that's the symbol for walking lightning, or what we call tribally called lightning storms.
Yes.
When the tribes call the lightning storms, they don't behave the same way as when the earth called for them.
Right.
Real quick, Rod. So the reason why I asked you that, when you first came on the scene, Rod, you kept talking about, because I thought you was from LA at first, because you kept talking about when the brothers started Crip walking, right? You just kept talking about, we kept talking about Crip walking a lot. So we got an event. And by the way, Rod is going to be on my Patreon this Tuesday for the Not Like Us. It's going to be called Not Like Us, and whoa, family, it's some censored shit in there. It's some all types of information in this presentation that's going down this Tuesday on Patreon. So make sure you're there. But you came in the community and you mentioned Crip walking a lot and dancing and how that was going to shake shit up in the spirit realm or whatever. So fast forward, we got a situation, the biggest rap battle in the history of hip hop, arguably, and it took focus off the battle that we, me and Rod's going to talk about that battle that's happening overseas. We're going to save that for Patreon because, they got all types of rules and shit. But more people were paying attention to this battle with Kendrick Lamar and Drake. And the final blow that everybody was like, Kendrick is the winner. It was like a celebration. The celebration song for Kendrick winning is Not Like Us. And the reason why I bring that up, everybody, it sparked a new wave of Crip walking. This is the anthem. There has not been an organic anthem to come out like this in years, family, in years. And he got the whole world Crip walking. When the video drops, I'm warning everybody. When Not Like Us, the official video drop, this Crip walk shit is gonna be. It's gonna be you're not gonna be able to walk down the street without seeing a nigga Crip walking. So I thought about Rod. I'm like, hold up. So the battle that took down Drake and the Six Gods was a song that all the brothers is Crip walking. So I'm like, damn, I gotta ask Rod, is there any connection between this Crip walking, the whole world Crip walking now? The video's at like, what the video's at? The video's at 34 million views right now. When this video drop, y'all.
Right.
When this video drop, it's a wrap. But Rod, you got to tell me about the Crip walking shit because it make a little more sense now, Rod.
Yeah, when I first come out with information, sometimes it sounds far-fetched and unbelievable because we don't remember our culture.
Right.
Mm-hmm. We are manifest spirits of the earth in human form, guardians of the realm of the earth. But we have to use the spiritual tools in the physical realm. They arts and entertainment, not religion. The artist is more spiritual than the people following the religion to the letter. The people following the religion is more religious, but the people that's spilling out the truth of their heart, they speaking from the heart chakra. They speaking from what's called the true place.
Right.
These brothers doing these walks is ancient. This not modern. Mm-hmm. Crip walking or C walking and D walking are mirrors of the same energy harnessed from the red house and the blue house, the motherland and the fatherland. Mm-hmm. We use those. So when you see the sisters be rump shaking, that's called the sway of the matriarch. They calling for earthquakes. And these earthquakes will shake the ground because the matriarchs with the right frequency shaking their rump is telling the earth to shake. And the earth responds with an earthquake somewhere.
Now, real quick, can I just add on, because it fits into the science what we're speaking about? That is due to what? Because they are manipulating magnetic fields. Why? Because our master teachers told us that the shaking of the rump creates orgone energy. Why? Because her gluteus maximus which contains, they said that the more glutamous, the more fat lipids that it contains, the more ability for oscillation. Like if you put water in a cymatics and you turn
talk to them, Blue.
up, right? The pattern that it's going to create by rumping and shaking is going to be more geometric. So the more complexity for geometry, the more that that light that's coming from the cosmos has to obey oscillation of sacred geometry. That denotes intelligence. So just like this light that's coming, for those that are more ordered or geometric in their physiology and their understanding of how to transmute light, they're going to receive the gift. So shorty with the fatty, she has more control on the sway of magnetism because she has, her posterior is superior. Please continue.
Go ahead, y'all.
You gotta remember, the uterus is a musical instrument. Woo. And the musical instrument is insulated by the glute. Glutes. Right? So imagine your kick drum. You ever see a kick drum and it got sandbags in it and towels and stuff?
Yeah.
Because it gives you a sharper bass. Right? Mm-hmm. So the musical instrument of the uterus, it sends out a song directly to source when the women are dancing. Different dancers play the instrument in a different fashion. Damn. Example, in classical music, you playing the violin.
Yeah.
But in country music, you fiddling the fiddle. Mm-hmm. It's the same instrument, but it's used in two different manners with two different playing styles. Purple haze all in my eye. Excuse me while I kiss the sky.
Oh, man. New Orleans, don't let me get you.
Yeah. So this is the same musical knowledge that the old blues players, when they played their instrument, each one of them is mimicking how they perceive the sound of the women around him uterus, but he don't know where it's coming from.
Right.
But he hear the sound. So he play it on his instrument. Mm-hmm. And then he can put words to it. Right? When he did that woman wrong, don't he always sing the blues? Mm-hmm. Right? And then he talk about how bad his life has been since she been gone.
Facts.
Right? Ain't no sunshine in the heart of the city. Right? Ain't no sunshine when she gone. He got the musical backdrop from the frequency of her dances as he translated it into music to play for the people. But he don't know where he hearing this music play at. And it all rides the wave of mitochondrial resonance. Because mitochondrial resonance is the carrier of the love frequency, which is the root to all music.
Now, don't they tell you that 80% of language is body language? Right? Nonverbal communication and body language. So the nonverbal communication that you're always picking up is she's always transmitting, because they're saying that we are always in a state of fluctuation and vibration, right? She's always jingling, she's always moving, right? Her stuff is never in a state of flux, it's always creating waves and oscillations. So that's always creating music to our ears that we're picking up on our inner ear. And like he said, it comes out like we bleed it out when it's time to make the music. When them brothers going in the booth and they start belting out, and when they singing about her, listen to the octaves that's being hit, right? When she's singing about him, she's singing from her gut. It's guttural. It's a tonality that we can all appreciate. It can crack crystal, and it could also make you cry. I was at the African Music festival, and Lauryn Hill was there. This is the first time she had found out that her husband cheated on her with the stylist, and it's the first time she brought the guitar out and started singing the music that will become the music that she sang on Uncut on MTV. Yo, when she was wailing and started crying on the guitar with the guitar, because the guitar was screeching, but she started screeching.